How's it going, everyone? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. As a small gaming YouTuber, one thing I'm constantly facing is this sort of fish out of water scenario, or this imposter syndrome feeling I always have as a video game journalist. I've been working as an independent video game journalist for well over 5 years now here on YouTube, but I still have this feeling like I don't belong, and so I'm constantly wowed by the events I get to go to, the people I get to meet, and the things I'm invited to. And that's not really so much to brag to you guys, but to sort of put you in my shoes, because earlier this week, my friends at Nintendo, hi Ashley and Shannon, thanks so much for the invitation, they invited me down to their building in LA to check out Dragon Quest Builders 2 on the Nintendo Switch, and they played this video for me that sort of just completely shocked me.
Hello, Luis.
Hello.
ドラゴンクエストビルダーズ2プロデューサーの藤本です。
同じくプロデューサーを務めております白石です。
ドラゴンクエストビルダーズ2は自由にものづくりを楽しむサンドボックスの要素と RPG、ストーリーの要素が融合したゲームです。自分で自由に家や街を作ったり、家具や武器などを作って、それを活用しながら壮大なストーリーを進めていきます。そして今作ではですね、友達3人とマルチプレイもできるようになっておりまして、はい、マルチプレイでものづくりが皆さんと一緒にできるようになっております。
ルイスさん、今日はあなたに挑戦してもらいたいお題があります。もうじき卒業されるそうですね。
卒業、
はい。
おめでとうございます。
おめでとうございます。空っぽ島の子供たちのために学校を建ててみてください。そのお題に、残されている時間は1時間だけです。その1時間で、できる限りゲーム内で頑張って作ってみてください。
健闘を祈ります。Let's build!
So after being completely flabbergasted that Shiraishi-san and Fujimoto-san knew my name and somehow knew that I was graduating soon, I mean, I have a guess who told them, but either way, I was really shocked and I had an hour to build a school in a game that I had never played before. First, I had to create my own little character to play as. I gave them a pretty traditional Dragon Quest outfit, but then added my traditional glasses and black hairstyle. Yeah, they didn't really have my whole comb-over style, so I just went with black spiky hair, same hair color, and it seems pretty on brand for Dragon Quest. Once I was done, I spawned in the stranded island that was protected by an amulet, meaning that there weren't any mobs to fight me. The Square Enix team in the room also had filled up a bunch of chests for me to use in the challenge. I was pretty shocked to see how many resources were available. I dabbled a bit with Dragon Quest Builders 1 and Minecraft before, but I think Builders 2 blew both out of the water in terms of how many resources they had. There were instruments, plant life, housing materials, and so on. I wanted to explore what there was to use, but I also had a deadline and I had to build a school by the end of it, so I grabbed some housing materials and started working on the floor. It took a bit to get used to because when you hold down the place button, it actually stacks up 2 blocks at once, but once I got the hang of things, I was back on track. At the bottom of the screen were all the materials that I was carrying along with my tools on the left side of the screen. With the press of the A button, I was able to switch between my different tools like a hammer to destroy things and my gloves to pick up and move things around. While I began to work on my school challenge, I asked the Square Enix team about the new additions to Dragon Quest Builders 2, and I learned quite a bit. Essentially, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is a grander version of the mechanics of the original. The worlds are larger and the scope of building things are upgraded too. NPCs are smarter and can join you in building your creations now. As you level up your character, more NPCs will join you and be able to help you build out the blueprints you leave them. For example, if you place the needed materials into a chest and then place a blueprint underneath it, the NPCs part of your team will actually start to work on the project while you go on to work on something else. It makes the entire game feel smarter, letting you multitask across multiple projects at once. And I'm sure that'll probably come in handy in the full game because at least for me working on this single project alone, this 1 hour was going by pretty quickly. I built a mini classroom on one half of the building using some desks, tools, and bookshelves. I even put some books and notes on the desk to make it look like people were studying. Using the colored blocks, I tried to make a blackboard and it kinda ended up looking like a movie theater screen instead, but let's ignore that. By the time I was done with that, I only had 30 minutes left, so I started to work on the outside of the school. I placed some palm trees outside to match the whole beach setting, closed off the top of the building, and then added some tile roof to it. It was all finally starting to come together, but I wanted to do something else with the second half of the building. I figured now that the traditional classroom was done, maybe I could do some extracurricular activities. I saw some instruments were part of the inventory, so I thought, why not a music room? I added a piano and a few cellos, and it was finally done. You could even sit on the stool and play the piano. With only 3 minutes to spare, I quickly ran into my inventory, got some flowers, and decorated the front of the school. It was pretty simple looking, but after an hour I was done, the challenge was completed, and I had 30 seconds left to spare. I went to the front of the school and got a quick first person view using the right stick and then took a screenshot. So now that I was done, I was really curious to see who else had completed the challenge because I thought I was super slow. I mean, I finished with 30 seconds to spare, So I imagine a bunch of other people probably got better times than me, but apparently I was the only one to finish so far and or actually complete the challenge. That's surprising, because a bunch of other YouTubers were there too, or were invited to build different things depending on what their message was. For me, I had just graduated, so I was told to build a school, but I heard that someone else was building a cabin, so apparently they got really ambitious with their cabin and just couldn't finish it within an hour. I guess my creation was a bit more level-headed than I think everyone else's, but I had a lot of fun playing, and by the time I was done, I was really interested to check out the full game. Playing on the Nintendo Switch in dock mode, the game ran at what looked like 900p in an unlocked frame rate that hovered somewhere between 30 to 40 frames per second. I did see the occasional dip when I turned the camera a bit too quickly. It was noticeable, but I wouldn't go as far as to say it ruined the experience. While I didn't get to try it out in handheld mode myself, I've heard that it actually runs better because of the lower resolution. That should make it handy for playing on the go, at least to work on your projects while you're on the commute. It really gravitates towards that whole pick up and play style. Anyway, that was my experience with playing Dragon Quest Builders 2 on the Nintendo Switch. A big thank you to Nintendo and Square Enix for inviting me to play it, and big thanks to the producers for that video. I mean, I never thought that would have happened in my video game career, but I'm very excited and happy that it did, so thank you so much. I'm glad I was able to complete the challenge. For any of my viewers watching, if you have any questions about the game that I didn't answer in this video that you want me to try to answer, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do my very best to do so. Also, let me know if you want a review. I'll be happy to work on that next month once it comes out. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one.